Hey guys, and good morning. So I had a question. I was going through my emails, and one of my students was asking about compression and trying to understand the way ratio works. And I decided, well, maybe this would be helpful to more than just one person. So I'm going to try to explain the way the compressor ratio works. All right. So I think this is going to be a pretty quick video, but I'm hoping that this short explanation gives you a better idea of how the compressor works and how ratio plays into that. All right. So let's start with threshold. All right. So threshold here is kind of like a gatekeeper. It sets a certain limit and doesn't want to let anything past. All right. So if we set this to minus 10 dB, let's just dial that in, make an even round number. Then the threshold doesn't want to let anything past this this volume. So if you get something coming in that's louder than 10 dB, then this is the line that the compressor starts to take action, okay? So you could kind of think of this like a nightclub security guy, right? And the threshold is between him and the, let me see, do I got this here? There we go. So the security job is to not let anyone into the club, all right? So the threshold is kind of between the outside and the inside, all right? Now ratio, if we're using the analogy of the nightclub, the ratio is kind of how lax security is. So in other words, for how many people that come to the door and ask to get in, how many people are let in, how lax is security, right? So with a ratio of 1-to-1, security is completely lax and is letting everyone in, all right? With a ratio of 2-to-1, let's get it right there, okay. With a threshold of 2-to-1, that means for every 2 people that ask, only 1 is being let in. And the higher the ratio, the higher the security, right? The better the security. So if you have a 10-to-1 ratio, that means only 1 person is being let through for every 10 that ask, all right? And if you have infinite, that just means no one gets through, no one gets past, and that would be considered a limiter. That's kind of what makes the difference between a compressor and a limiter. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So in practical terms, as far as relating this back to audio, the threshold is the volume that we are not letting things pass. The ratio is how lax that rule is, okay? So with audio, a 2-to-1 ratio means for every sound that is 2 dB louder, 1 dB is let through. So here we're at minus 10 dB. So if we have something that's 8 dB, minus 8 dB, that's 2 dB louder than minus 10, all right? So what's going to happen is it's going to allow one of those 2 dBs through, and the volume will get to minus 9, okay? If we have a 10-to-1 ratio, get it back up to here, this means that if we have a sound that is at a 0 volume, right? If it's 10 dB louder, the gain reduction is going to reduce that sound by 9 of those 10 dB. and only 1 dB will be let through, and that will bring it to minus 9 dB. Okay, so I hope that that kind of makes sense to you guys. What I could do is I can kind of show you what is happening with a sound. So I'm going to just play a little snare percussion sound. And right now we don't have this on, but as you can see, we've got a pretty high volume level. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and turn this on. So now we've got a 10-to-1 ratio. And as you can see, this sound is being pushed down in proportion. So most of the sound that's going beyond this is being pushed down, and only about 1 dB is being let through. If we bring this threshold down further, we'll notice there's a greater amount of gain reduction because we've set the line lower. So this is showing how much is trying to get past the threshold. This is showing the reduction in that, all right? Now the attack is just simply how quickly the compressor responds to the sound. So if I put the attack all the way down, as you hear, there's no snap at all because immediately that sound is being pushed down, all right? Now if we back off the ratio, you can start hearing part of that snap again. Does that make sense? Now if we turn the ratio back up, and then we move the attack so that the compressor reacts more slowly, we can start letting some of that sound through. So we're already noticing a little bit of a snap there. And that snap will get thicker and thicker as we go. Now we've got a lot of that sound coming through for 12.5 milliseconds before the compressor pushes this through, all right? And then the release is just how quickly the gain reduction returns to 0, all right? So if we turn this up, we'll notice that this goes much more slowly. See, it doesn't return to 0 because it's going much more slowly. And as I back this off, it returns faster and faster. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that gives you kind of an idea of ratio. So a 5-to-1 ratio means that if you are setting a sound in that's 10 dB louder than the threshold level, then it's going to let 2 dB by, right? Because for every 5 dB, it's letting 1 through. And once again, this can give the impression of a louder sound oftentimes because the attack and the reduction make the sound snappier, so it makes it kind of stand out more. All right, so anyway, that is a quick lesson on compressor ratio. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope you get something out of that. I just wanted to make this quick video. Instead of just responding to one person, I figured I'd, broadcast this out to all of you guys so that I could help more people who might be having a little bit of confusion of how the compressor works. So that's it for me today, and I'll probably be back with some other stuff. Also, if you guys are interested, I didn't put a link, but if you guys are interested, until Sunday, I am actually opening up my Producer's Playground, which is $25 a month, and it's a huge value. I mean, not only is it a huge value in community, but it's got probably a good 70, 80 hours of tutorials, courses. It's got a massive master template that can be used within Ableton. It's one of the best out there. And tons of other stuff you'd have to see. I can link you. So in the comments, if you're interested in that, until Sunday, I'm actually giving people a promo deal where you could pay for 1 month and get 3 months worth of the playground. So that's you're getting 3 times the value. So if you guys are into that, you got till Sunday, and then it'll go back to the regular $25 a month. So I just want to give you guys an opportunity to like really get involved with the community and see how much that can transform what you're doing. Because I'm all about transformation. I want to take you from point A to point Z. And I don't really care so much about all the content. Even though I have tons of content, I don't consider that to be very helpful if you're not making a transformation. So the Producer's Playground and all my courses, my master courses and things are all about transformation. You know, you're starting here and you're getting to some other level. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I didn't want to make this some sort of sales video or whatever. I just wanted to give you guys some value. I hope you guys enjoy this, and feel free to comment below, share, ask me questions, and I'll do more of these sort of Q&As, you know, for you guys anytime that you have questions. So just get involved in this free community and ask me whatever is on your mind, and I'll be happy to help. Take care, guys. Have a great one. Peace.